Yeah, I know, small, I need a very good drawing. Okay. RT's room. Across the hall from RT's room would have been John's room. And then this would have been Mama's room. Okay. And then there's like a bathroom over here. And that's about it.
Okay. Do y'all have like two places where you can watch TV in the house?
Yeah, well,
You got the den here, I guess you watch TV in there, and then
yeah, Mama always watches TV in here. And then John always watches TV back here in that bedroom. Or what was that bedroom? It's kind of more like a
family room.
family room now.
Where are the recliners at? Like where they sit and watch TV. Where would John sit and watch TV in his recliner or something?
Oh, well, it'd be right in front of the TV.
Yeah, but what room?
Oh, in Dad's bedroom. That's where he stayed in there all the time. He almost never come out of there. The only time he come out of there would be to go take a bath and go to bed. Pretty much he stayed in that room.
So when you come out of the den, I guess you go down this hallway, and on the left will be RT's room, the right is John's, and then the back corner room would be your mom's room.
Right.
Okay.
That's right. That's about as close as I can get it. And Mom always watched TV, and she was always, you know, well, there's a kitchen table right in here, and there's like little chairs and stuff in here. And
Does she have a recliner in here?
Yeah, she's got a recliner in there.
And that's where she always watches TV?
That's where she always watches TV.
Can you just write your name on this and the date?
For 31st.
When you would come over, what door would you usually go in the house?
Always the back door. The one in the back on the porch. Because one of the main, I love to go over because I take my dog over there and it's a chance for her to run and play. Like I said, I spend more time in the yard than I do in the house playing frisbee. Playing frisbee with my dog.
Because the yard's fenced in back?
Yeah, the yard's fenced in. I can turn loose. I haven't worried about it. Let her run a little bit.
Gotcha. What time did you say you left over there?
Well, I left probably about 25:30, 6 o'clock. I didn't know.
Can anybody say where you were after that?
Nobody can ever say where I'm at any time. I'm always at home.
Anybody live with you or anything?
No.
You live by yourself?
Yes, sir.
Does anybody live in your house next door to you?
Yeah, I got it.
Think they might have seen your car at home or something?
They might have. I can't say I didn't see them when I came home. I came home, went to the mailbox, and went right on in the house, like we always do.
Was it daylight or dark when you got home?
Still daylight.
That was my partner that called me and he was telling me they got in the house. He was telling me how they were killed. And they were shot to death.
Shot to death.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Looks like brother John was just sitting there watching TV. And somebody just shot him while he was sitting in his chair. And then your mother was sitting in her chair. Somebody shot her while she was watching TV. then drug her back to her bedroom,
Oh my God.
and then, and this is what I'm thinking, you were probably still there, and then RT comes home, sees John in there, and he shot him in that bedroom where John was watching TV.
Me?
Yeah.
I didn't do it. I didn't kill my family.
Whoever killed him, though, because your brother just sitting there in his chair, and somebody probably just shot him. Whoever shot him had to know it, because they didn't think they were a threat. Just sitting there minding their own business watching TV. So was your
But
brother.
I didn't do it.
Who knows who they let in their house and would be comfortable with in their house? And then John gets home, and then RT gets home, and then you're probably still there waiting on him.
Like I said, I did not kill my family. I did not kill my family. I love my family. I love my mother very much. I would never harm anybody in my family. Now, I don't know how this happened. I don't know nothing about it. All I know is, y'all something got me this morning. I went over there, and now you're telling me that they've all been shot.
That's where we're at.
I didn't shoot anybody. I have never shot anybody.
It's a little hard for me to believe because your mother's pretty much the only family you got.
Yes.
And you've shown no emotion the whole time you've been in here. And you know that they've been dead. I mean, it's like you almost prepared yourself for this. You've had days to prepare yourself for this.
So I'll show plenty of emotion when the time's right.
Well, why would they be covered up with white? This much clothes put on top of them.
I have no idea. I have no idea.
I mean, it makes no sense for somebody to come in there, a total stranger, and to kill them the way that they were killed, and put that much stuff on top of them. It makes no sense whatsoever. Whoever did this,
It makes no sense for me to go in there and do something like that either.
why?
You know why?
You know them.
Of course I know them. I love them. That's my family.
Exactly, and you couldn't stand the thought of sitting there seeing them after you killed them, so you put this stuff over them. Now the question is, why would you kill them?
I have no reason to kill my family. I've been going over there for years and years and years. Why would I kill my mother? Why would I kill my brother? Why would I kill my own family?
Why wouldn't you? You have no
Because I'm not crazy.
Do you take any medication?
No. I don't take no medication at all. I'm not on any kind of medication.
Why would somebody want to kill your family?
I'm not that close. I don't know. I don't know what was going on in their life. I go over there and see Mom. We'll just sit there and chit chat about what's going on. You know, as far as, you know, RT done this or John done that, or what did you do? You know, is everything all right? And then watch the news. I go outside, play with the dog some. I come back in, I'd fix dinner, we would eat together. I'd have to do the dishes. I'd have to put away some of the clothes. Me and John would do the clothes together, and I'd have to put them away. Then I would usually leave. And I'd just go back home, get ready to go back to work the next day. I always work on Tuesdays, I always go back to work on Wednesdays. I work Wednesday through Sunday.
We've talked to the neighbors over there. That neighborhood is one way in, one way out.
Yes, it is.
Nobody's seen any cars out of place in and out of that neighborhood. Nobody's seen anybody around your house or your family's house since Monday.
Well,
said your brother went out and got the mailbox. John went to the mailbox and got the
John
mail
always
every
does.
day.
He goes down and gets the mail every day.
I haven't seen him since Monday. Who got the mail Tuesday?
Well, I don't know. It wasn't me.
What time does the mail usually come on Tuesdays?
It's usually late. It's late in the afternoon.
So you were there at 1 o'clock, you said, on Tuesday?
Yeah, it was about 1 o'clock when I got there, and it was about 5:30, 5:45, 6 that I left.
So, with that being said, John usually goes and gets the mail. You show up early that day, he doesn't ever get to go get the mail. I mean, you probably killed him.
I did not kill my brother, and I don't know why the mail wasn't picked up. I didn't have anything to do with any of this. I'm telling you, I'm totally innocent. Now, I did not kill my mother, and I sure as I wouldn't kill my brother or my mother.
Let me ask you this. Did your brother kill your mother and you kill him?
No. I don't know nothing about this. This is the first time I've ever heard any of this stuff. You're talking about they was dead, shot?
Yeah.
I don't know nothing about it.
You mean you're gonna come in here and tell me you got 3 people dead in a house?
Yes.
You're gonna come in here, you were the last one to see them. You're
I
gonna
was-
come in
I
here
was
and
the
tell
last one to
me
see
that
them.
you didn't kill them, and you're sitting there, and I've told you that your mom was shot and drugged to her bedroom, and you're gonna sit here and not show any emotion whatsoever?
I've got emotion, sir.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do. Now,
You killed these people. You killed your family.
no, I didn't.
Why?
I did not kill my family.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
How can you sit there and have no remorse about what's happened, show no
So
emotion?
right now, I'm kind of feeling like I'm being accused of something here that
I
I
am
didn't do.
accusing you of doing it. I think you did.
I did not do it. Why would I do it? Why would I kill my own family?
Get some money, who knows?
Get some money. I could have probably given me any money I wanted. If I had needed money, I would have asked Mama for it.
And she'd have just given it to you.
Well, sure she would have.
Has she done that before in the past?
Yes, many times.
How much is she getting?
Lord, I couldn't say for sure. I guess. Well, she had to get my air conditioner fixed on my car. She gave me $1,200 for that.
I have to pay her back.
Sometimes I pay her back, but not all the time. She don't ask me to pay her back, but sometimes I pay her back anyway. And on the air conditioner, I think I paid her back part of it, but not all of it. So, if I needed money, all I had to do was ask. Mama would have given me any money that I needed. But I didn't need any money. If I needed money, she would have given it to me. I tell you that right now. Right now. My mom would give me anything I wanted. Anything. There ain't nothing that she wouldn't have done or given for me. I love my mama to death, and how somebody got in there or why they got in there, I don't know. I don't know. But I know I did not hurt my
Hard to
family.
believe you don't even have a key to your mother's house.
Well, I never have had a key. I've never needed. What would I need a key for?
I don't know. I mean, I have a key to my parents' house.
Well, I mean, if they needed for me to watch the house or something, they might would have given me a key or something if they were gonna be gone for a long time or something, but they never did. They never gave me a key. It just don't make no sense. This don't make no sense. There's got to be something else in here. There's got to be something else in here.
Like what?
How in the hell do you figure that out? How do you figure that out? It don't make no sense.
The way everything
What's that?
in the house looks like somebody, it was somebody that knew him that did it.
Well, I don't know everybody that knows them, but I know them damn well. So, I mean, I don't know everybody that knows them. I don't know who comes and goes over there. As far as I know, ain't nobody coming and going over there. I've never seen anybody, well, other than a couple of the neighbors, you know, would come in when I happened to be there. That's
Who would come over while you were there?
well, yeah, I don't know all of their names. I don't know their names. It was the same people that was there today. Some of those same people. That's the only ones that I mean, just the ones that live right around us. Mom didn't go outside. Mom stayed in the house all the time. The only time she went outside was maybe to go to the doctor. And that was about it. If she needed anything or wanted anything, she just ordered it off the QVC. And it was brought right there to her. I know one of them's name is LaVille. He's the guy that lives across the street, and he's there part of the time. But I mean, you know, I've seen him come over to the house. I've never seen him come in the house, but I've seen him come over to the fence and talk.
Right.
And that's been years ago when Daddy was alive. Now, the people on the left are new. They ain't been there very long. I don't know them at all. They're real quiet, real quiet. They never speak or anything. And then the house right next on the right there, that guy there, I don't know him at all, but the next one around on the right is the guy that came over the day that Dad died. He came over to say that he was sorry about what had happened. I saw him come over. And then he came over again a couple of times when I was there, but I don't know what for. He just came over and talked to Mom about something and left. So,
Would you give me a sample of your DNA?
of course.
We can get a packet over here. You need any more water while I'm gone?
Yeah, if you want to bring me some more.
Yeah.
I was pretty thirsty. I got hot sitting in the back of that van over there.
Oh, sure.
I appreciate that.
How's it going? You David Hartung? How do you say that?
He just told me my whole family was killed.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, my whole family.
What happened?
They said they were all shot to death in their home.
Where's that at?
To Deerfield Road Drive.
Oh, by Klondike?
Yeah, out there in West Pensacola.
What's up with that?
I don't know what's over there. I'm hoping y'all will tell me that.
Well, let's see what's investigating, we got it. Anybody ask any questions about it?
Yeah, he seems to think I did.
Oh, why did they think that?
I don't know.
You know,
I guess because I was over there the day of the killing.
oh, yeah, what day was that?
They said it, they thought it was Tuesday.
Oh,
I mean, that's the day I was over there.
oh,
I'm over there every Tuesday.
oh, yeah,
A lot. So we spend time with my mom,
oh, yeah.
and I always cook dinner for the family every Tuesday. I didn't know what service.
You cooked there for a reason?
Yes. Yes, I did. And then I left and went home. And then the next thing I know, they're knocking on my door this morning, telling me that my whole family is dead.
You work anywhere?
Yeah, I'm a security officer at Sacred Heart, been there for 10 years.
Oh, you off this week?
No, I'm off on Mondays and Tuesdays. I'm not off. I'm supposed to be, I don't even know what time it is. I'm supposed to be at work right now, probably.
Like 10 to 3.
Yeah. quarter to 11. But I ain't worried about that. I'm there.
What days you normally work?
Wednesday through Sunday.
Did you work yesterday? Well, I'll see what he's got. He say he come back in and talk to you?
Yeah, he's gonna come back with the DNA. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll get with him and see what he says.
All right, it's gonna be a hard time one. You go all the way to crime scene and get the
Wow. How much is here for? Just
DNA. Yeah.
DNA kit, like on TV.
Mm-hmm. Spell your last name for me again, Donald?
Hartung.
Date of birth again was what, January?
January the 11th, 1957. Have any information about what's going on?
No, we're over there looking through the house trying to figure out what's going on.
My family's still there.
Yeah, they're not going anywhere, they're dead. I mean, I wasn't joking with you. All right, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this and rub it on the inside of your cheek, okay? You want some more water?
Yeah, I could use a swallow.
All right, I'll timeline one more time, okay? That way I have it all straight.
We got one.
Because what we're doing is we're getting video footage from the people in the neighborhood, so that way we'll be able to tell when you got there and when you left, okay? So what time do you think you got there?
About 1.
Right?
Around there, yeah, maybe.
Was it raining that day or anything?
No, because as soon as I got there, I started playing with the dog.
Okay. So you got there around 1. When you got there at 1, did you go in the house at all?
Yeah, well, I've always.
Did you go in the house first and let them know you were there, or what'd you do?
No, I don't ever do that. I just started playing frisbee with Zena.
Okay.
And then, you know, I don't do just a few minutes. You know, I throw it for a few times, and then I go in.
Do you take the dog in, or you leave it in the backyard?
Zena stays outside. Bear's in the house.
Who?
Bear.
Oh, that white dog?
Yeah.
Okay. Who was there when you got there?
Mom and John.
They were both already there?
Yeah.
John wasn't at work?
No, he's off that day.
He's off every Tuesday?
He's off Tuesday. I'm off Monday and Tuesday. He's off Tuesday and Wednesday.
And which Walmart does he work at again?
Mobile Highway. He's been there since it was being built.
Is that the one like across from Denny's there?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you positive that's the one he works at?
Mobile Highway.
Because we called there and they said they don't have anybody that works there by that name.
No, that's where it works.
Sure it's not one of the new ones? The little like neighborhood grocery store ones?
Well, that's the one I thought he worked in, and I'm pretty sure that he's been there since they opened. I mean, John's been there for 20 years.
Oh, okay. So he was already there?
John? John's always there.
At the house when you got there Tuesday?
Yes, because he's off on Tuesday, Wednesday, I'm off on Monday and Tuesday.
Okay. So you get there at 1, play with the dog.
Yeah, just for a few minutes. I get out of her water bowl.
What car were you in?
I was in my white town car. That's the only car I got.
Okay. All right, so you get there, you go inside after you play with the dog.
Yeah.
What do you do when you go inside?
Go inside and talk to Mom.
Where was she?
Mom's always in her chair,
In the den?
in the den.
Where was John?
John's up and about, but he's pretty much always in that back bedroom watching that television back there. That's where he is most of the time.
Okay. Do you smoke?
Yes, I do.
What kind of cigarettes you smoke?
305s.
305s?
Yeah.
What are those in those purple packs?
Yep, got one right here.
Does anybody else smoke at your house?
No.
What, does your mom smoke?
No, not every once in a while, maybe one.
Like how often? Like one a day?
Whenever I'm there, she don't keep any in the house. I'll give her one every once in a while, but she didn't want the boys to know.
Does she smoke inside?
Yeah.
Or outside?
Inside.
She'll smoke in the house?
Yeah.
Do you smoke in the house when you're over there?
Yeah. Sometimes I do. Like I say, most of the time I go outside, play with Zena while I smoke a cigarette, but yeah, I do smoke inside.
Does John smoke at all?
John don't smoke, neither does RT.
Okay.
And they have a pet, they mom smoke, probably.
But they don't care that you smoke in the house?
Well, no, John wouldn't say anything, and Mom would never do it when RT was around.
Okay.
She quit smoking years ago, supposedly, but I give her a cigarette or two every once in a while.
Joel, let me ask you this, did she smoke any cigarettes Tuesday?
Yes, she did. She had one cigarette.
Let me ask you this, what do you do with the cigarettes when you're done
Throw them in the trash.
with them? Inside?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, if I'm outside, I put them in the outside trash can.
Like the one you push to the road?
Yeah, one of the two, they got two of them there, and I just throw them whichever one it comes to. That's what I always, when I'm outside, every once in a while I'll settle one out in the yard, but that ain't often. And most of the time I put them in that there, and then when I'm in the house, I just put them in the trash.
Okay. When does their trash run, do you know?
I think it runs the same day mine does.
Probably, what day is that?
Just if you're trying to think. You know, I'm not even sure what day it is, because I don't always put mine out. I don't put it out unless it's full. You know, I'm not sure. I think it's a, I'm not even sure what day, you know, I can't think straight, but I'm trying. I can't even think what day it is that the trash runs. All right, at the moment, I think it runs on like Tuesday.
Tuesdays?
Yeah. And the reason why is because, you know, I go get the trash can and bring it in before I leave to go to Voncile.
Okay. About what time do you think you started cooking dinner?
I got over there earlier than I normally do. I think I started about 2:30. And I think we ate about 3:30 to 4.
Where'd you fry the chicken?
That's on the stove.
What'd you do with the grease and stuff?
Well, she's got a grease pot, but I take the grease out of there. I don't do nothing with the grease.
I mean, did you throw it away when you got done cooking?
Oh, yeah.
Where'd you throw it?
I did. John did.
Oh, okay.
John usually does the dishes. And so
Who did the dishes Tuesday?
John did the dishes. I helped him. I helped him load one to the dishwasher, and he did the pots and pans.
Oh, okay. And what'd you cook again?
Fried chicken, frozen corn, frozen green beans, French fries, and Mary D's biscuits. That's the same thing we always have, just after the chicken or pork chops every week, one or the other.
All right. After you got done with the dishes, what'd you do?
Went outside, smoked a cigarette, played with the dogs. I always do that. When I finish cooking, I get it all ready. I get Mom hers. John comes and he gets his. I go outside, smoke a cigarette. Then I come back in, and I've already got my plate ready. I sit down and eat. That's what I do every single week. Okay? When I get done eating, I might go in there and talk to Mom for a few minutes or something, but generally I go outside, have a cigarette, then I come back in and have John clean up the dishes.
After you got done eating, cleaning the dishes, what'd you do?
Well, went in there and sat with Mom. We watched QVC. She watched the QVC just about all the time. And then we flipped it over to Channel 55 to watch Fox News some. And she said, I know you don't care about QVC, so she said, I'm going to put it on Fox for you.
What time was Fox News on?
Oh, jeez. It's news all the time. This was after we ate, so I don't know exactly what time it was, but
Who was talking on
you know, I don't know none of the people's names.
there? What'd they look like?
Was it like a black-haired man? There was a blonde-headed woman. Jeez. I don't pay that close attention to it.
What were they talking about?
What are they talking about? I think it's something about Donald Trump with some of it.
Okay.
Yeah,
How long did you sit there and watch the news?
oh, just for a few minutes. I just watched it for a few minutes. And then, I'm back and forth in the yard the whole time because of, playing with the dog and smoking cigarettes, so.
How many cigarettes, do you smoke a lot?
Oh, yeah.
How many do you think you smoked over there?
At Mom's house? Oh, my God. Maybe half a pack.
Oh, bunch.
Yeah, I'm a heavy smoker.
Okay. How much do you normally smoke a day?
I don't keep track of it, but I'd say that I smoke at least maybe pack and a half a day.
Okay.
And now
do you smoke any kind of cigarettes besides 305s?
yeah, I smoke other brand,
Or
Winston.
anything else?
Well, recently I bought some Cools and tried them because they were menthols. And
Smoke menthols?
no,
No.
no, not normally, but I wanted to try menthol. I smoked them when I was young, so I wanted to try them. So I was going to get back to Salem, but they didn't have them, so I got back to Cools and I smoked them. But most of the time I smoke 305s, just about all the time.
Okay.
And now I don't smoke all my work. I 7 hours a day, but I don't smoke any.
So you make up for it the rest of the time, huh?
Kind of what it looks like, ain't it?
So what'd you do after you watched the news, went outside and smoked, and what'd you do?
That's about all I do, sit around and talk to Mom, maybe go back here and BS a little bit with John. That's
Did
it.
you go back to Darby John at all?
Yeah, I go back and talk to John. Every once in a while, if I can ask him what he's watching, see what he's watching on TV, John don't talk a whole lot.
Does he stay to himself?
He stays to himself. He stays pretty much to himself. He don't talk much. He never has. But, came inside, watched the news, and then, Mom flipped back and forth between news, QVC. Let's say we watched, I'm not going to be able to remember nothing that was on there, but we watched Channel 3 news when that came on. That came on 5 o'clock.
5 o'clock.
Yeah. Oh, well, we might have watched it, she might have had it over there at 4:30. It comes on like 4 and then at 4:30 and at 5,
Yeah.
might have been 4:30. And then, Channel 3. And then the national news came on, and we watched a few minutes of the national news, and I told her, I said, Mom, ain't nothing on here. I said, I'm gonna get Zena with my hat on now. That's the same thing I do every single week. And that's what we left.
What time do you think it was when you left?
6 o'clock at late, maybe 5:30, 25:30 and 6, maybe right in the middle, somewhere right in there.
What did you do when you left there?
I went home. I had my dog with me.
What did you do when you got home?
Went to the mailbox,
And what did you do?
went in the house, sat down, opened up the coat, turned on the TV.
What did you watch when you turned on the TV?
I don't really, it was more just on when we were watching it.
You have the same routine every Tuesday.
I have the same routine every day, practically, not just Tuesday.
Everybody has shows that they watch.
Yeah,
Even I do.
yeah.
What?
Usually I watch 5.5 EPD. And
What is your favorite? What channel do you usually watch the most?
oh, I watch 5-3 ETV the most, but I don't pay that close attention to the
When you went in
TV.
and sat down,
My favorite shows are all the Western.
what do you usually watch on Tuesdays?
It just depends on what's on. I flip around until I find something I like.
Usually it's the same thing every Tuesday.
No,
Same shows are always
I
on.
don't really have a favorite. I don't really have a favorite show that I watch on Tuesday.
So you can't tell me what you watched? So, I mean,
Well, no, I can't tell you what I watch, not for sure. I can tell you, I can tell you that I watched them. Well, I mean, I say you think long enough, I might be able to remember, but, let's see. I can't recall. I wasn't paying that, I wasn't really watching. I was just kind of sitting there looking at magazines, playing with the dog, throwing the stuff for her to go get it right back to me and stuff. I just really don't want, I don't.
in the house?
Yeah, she's got a whole slew of toys,
Okay.
and I throw them, and she goes and gets them and brings them back to me.
What kind of magazine were you reading?
I've got one called Sacred Source. That's my favorite one.
What's that about?
That's it's Greek and Roman gods and goddesses, and then I've got one I've got American Rifleman, and that's about it. I mean, that's not really a magazine. It's a catalog, and I've got some catalogs, so it's little statues. And if I'm reading a magazine, it's either that or American Rifleman, or it's one of my like Humane Society magazine. I'm a member of the Humane Society.
Yeah, I saw that on the door.
Oh, good. I was a member of ASPCA, but that's expired, so I'm not a member of that right now.
I was on the door too.
So it's supposed to be there so the place catches on fire and I'm not there.
So now you got a dog in
They
there.
know I got rid on there one dog. You know, I went after my baby.
How long have you had that dog?
She is 5 years old.
What kind of dog is it?
She's a boxer. She's a tiny boxer, small boxer.
Would you be upset if that dog died?
Can't ride and be upset. And I mean, you know, I don't know what I do. I mean, it's just like losing part of the family.
Well, that's the only family you got left now, because the rest of your family's gone.
I know that. I knew that. You told me that. And that's all I got. If I lost that dog, I'd be really, really upset.
How upset would you be?
I'd be about like I'd be about like I am now. Maybe not quite this bad, but I'd be upset.
So I'm not very upset.
What makes you say that?
I mean, you don't seem like you're upset at all.
Well, I'm upset. Maybe you don't know it, but I know it.
I mean, somebody went in there and shot your mother.
My mother
Put a bullet in her.
put a bullet in her.
Yeah. What do you think about that?
I think I'd like to know who did it. That's what I think I know about. That's what I think I'd like to know about. I'd like to know who did it. I'd like to know why they did it.
So, what about your brother? What do you think about that? They put a bullet right in him. Both your brothers.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know what's going to happen. I mean, I have no idea.
Why'd you kill him?
Why would I kill him?
Why did you?
I did not kill my family, sir. I did not kill him. No way. Why would I do it? Why would I kill my mother and my brothers when I've been living down here 15
So is there are your real brothers? And they're over there living with
They
your
were just
mom?
like my real brothers.
Probably getting whatever they wanted. Maybe you did get money from your mom before. Maybe they talked her into cutting you off. You got pissed off and went over there and killed them.
Well, now that makes good sense, but it ain't true. That makes real good sense. But it ain't true. I would never hurt my brothers.
Let me tell you
Or my mother.
something. If I was sitting where you are, and somebody was talking to me and saying you killed your mom and your brothers, I told him to fuck off. I'd be mad as fuck.
Well, I know.
And you're sitting up there, and you haven't shed one tear, hadn't said nothing, hadn't got mad, shown no emotion about none of this. And you expect me to sit here and believe you didn't kill those people?
I sure do, because I did.
Well, I don't.
And I'm not gonna attack some sheriff's deputy because my mother has been killed. So I know you didn't do it.
Nah. I didn't know you or your family till today.
That's right.
And now I have to sit here and try and figure out who killed your mother and your two brothers.
Yes, you do, and I hope you do it soon.
Well, I promise you this, I'm gonna find out.
I know
If
you will.
you did it, I'm gonna find out and I'm gonna put your ass in jail.
I would not harm my family, sir, for nothing in this world.
You take a lie detector test?
Yeah. I don't see why not.
Take it right now?
Yeah.
All right. Let me go see if I can find somebody to give me one. I got a couple more questions I'm gonna take home.
Goodness, I'm ready to go.
Okay. Can I ask you a couple more questions real quick?
Yes.
Okay. Your brother John.
John Williams,
Yeah. Who takes him to work?
RT.
RT takes him to work?
RT, that's Richard Thomas.
Who brings him home?
RT, he does it every day.
Every day he works, RT picks him up, takes him.
John works a full schedule just like you and me. And RT picks him up and takes him every day. It has been for years and years. Well, Daddy did it until he died, so he's been doing it since Daddy died. Daddy used to do it.
He doesn't ever get a ride from anybody else that you know of.
No.
Does John have any friends that come over to the house?
He's had a couple of girls come over a couple of times, but I wouldn't know who they were.
Anything recent that your mother's told you though, or RT or anybody?
No. No. I haven't said nothing about John having any friends over at the house recently.
What about RT? Does RT have any friends that come over to the house?
Well, no, not that I know of. He's never brought anybody over there when I was there. Whether Mama's never said anything about him bringing anybody over to the house. She's never said anything to me about him having any friends come over. If he has had anybody over, it's always been somebody he worked with. And there was a fellow out there today that I didn't recognize him, but he recognized me, and he told me, he said, I saw you at your father's funeral.
Excuse me. Hey, your brother that works at Walmart, does he go by any other name other than,
John Williams Smith. No.
John Williams, is it Jonathan?
No. John.
John Williams Smith.
Everybody calls him John.
What's his legal name though?
John Williams Smith. I
Okay.
mean, as far as I know.
Does he go by William at work?
No. Not that I know of.
Okay.
Everybody calls him John, as far as I know.
All right. Let me ask you this. Would you have a problem with me going through your house and looking to see if you have any guns in there?
No, I've got no problem at all. You can do it when we get there.
Okay. All right. Well, let's go. We'll head over to your house.
You said in the interview that the victims were shot. Where did you get that information?
One of the investigators called and said that they thought they might have been shot.
And then, excuse me, you asked Mr. Hartung about taking a polygraph. Why did that not happen?
The polygraph examiners that we have at the sheriff's office, none of them were there that day, so we couldn't find anybody to do it, and it's not admissible in court anyway.
Now, there were times when you left the room and then came back. Those times in between, were those cut out of the interview?
Just for purposes here today to move it along.
Right, okay. And was Mr. Hartung taken home after that interview?
Yes,
Did you interview him again?
I did.
When was that?
Later that night into the next morning around 1:30, I believe.
AM?
Yes.
Why that early in the morning?
We had, after going through the crime scene and seeing that there was no forced entry, no robbery, anything like that, just wanted to get a better timeline and talk to him again about the situation.
Okay, and where was the second interview?
It was at the sheriff's office again, same place.
Okay. And was that interview recorded as well?
It was.
I don't know what the court wants to do as far as time.
I would suggest to proceed with it, and when the juror's lunch gets here, we'll stop.
Okay.
If the deputies would just let me know when they're on the juror. Or we
I
anticipate
believe it's
around
Robin
noon?
right now.
Can we anticipate around noon? Okay.
Okay. Was that second interview with Mr. Hartung recorded?
It was.
Have you had a chance to review it for your testimony today?
Yes.
We have no objection to the video of the next interview, Your Honor.
Judge, at this time I would move States 364 into evidence.
So admitted, you may publish.
Thank you.
Have a seat over here, okay? Good. I know, I'm gonna go over some stuff at the house. The house and stuff again. But before I do that, I'm gonna read this again, okay? All right, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used as evidence against you in court. You have the right to have a lawyer present when being questioned. If you cannot afford to hire a lawyer, the lawyer will be appointed for you without a cost before the question. If you wish to answer questions now without a lawyer present, you still have the right to stop answering questions at any time. It says, I have read the statement of my rights shown above, and I understand what my rights are. No promises or threats have been made to me, and no pressure being changed been used against me. Like you did earlier. I'll read that again if you can. Right, another sign there. Let's go over the layout of the house again. I'm getting a little bit more detail this time. Remember this that you drew for me earlier today? Okay. We go in this back door here. Is there like a bathroom right back here?
Think about that. There is a bathroom right back there.
Okay.
Little toilet and sink.
Okay. There's a lot of stuff in this house. I mean, a lot of stuff.
Yeah, well, she, like I said, UBC almost every day.
I got you. I want to talk about the den here. When you go in and you walk in through the kitchen here, you go into the den.
I guess I didn't draw that very good.
I want to get real detailed on this. Alright. You walk in here. Let's just say this is all the kitchen. When you come in here. When you come into the kitchen here, what's right on the other side of this counter and stove?
That's the table that we eat in.
Alright, so there's a big table right here.
There's a table right there.
Okay. Then there's like a door right here. Well, I think there's a, what is that, living room?
There's a formal dining room.
So this goes into the dining room?
Right, and then that opens up into the living room over there.
And then there's like a couch right over here, isn't there? Along this wall.
Just say that, that's back in the den, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's a sofa right there. And a fireplace over here.
Where's the fireplace? Right here?
No, it's over here.
Alright, there's like, her recliner's right here, right?
Right.
So that's your mom's recliner. That's where she always sits, right?
That's where she always sits.
Now, is there a rug or anything right here under all this?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there would be a rug underneath there. I have rugs everywhere.
Okay. But is there like a pretty big, large square rug right here in front of the TV and her chair and stuff?
I believe there was. I think it had a coffee table sitting on it.
Okay.
Big enough for a coffee table to sit on.
Okay. So there was a rug here, kind of like so, and a coffee table.
And a coffee
Sat
table.
on the rug.
Yes, sir. Yeah, it was very big. I don't know how big it was, but it was big enough for the coffee table to sit on.
You remember what color it was right here?
I think it was kind of Oriental style.
When you were up there Tuesday, was all this stuff like it normally is?
Everything looked exactly like that.
What about when you left?
Everything was exactly, well, I mean, I guess everything was exactly like that when I left. I would say it was.
What do you mean you guess? It either was or it wasn't.
Well, it was. I mean, it was like that when I left.
What'd you and John talk about that day you were over there? Tuesday, did y'all talk about anything?
I didn't see John much. I didn't see him much. You know, I mean, we put the dishes in all the way, or we put them in the dishwasher like we always do. And John pretty much stays in that back room back there by the television set.
Let me ask you this, you said y'all wash some clothes.
Well, John washes the clothes, and I help him put them away.
I find that very unusual. I went in the house after I talked. Looked around. John gets all his clothes cleaned at the cleaners.
Well, he still does mamas and he does RTs. I don't know who else does clothes.
RT gets his clothes done at the cleaners as well.
Right. John washes clothes when I'm there.
Whose clothes does he wash?
He washes Mom's clothes and he washes his and RT's. I mean, you know, some of his and RT's, I don't know what they get done cleaning.
But you told me you washed the clothes.
Well, I don't actually wash, I help him wash clothes. I help him put them away.
What kind of clothes are they?
Usually like underwear and stuff like that.
And where do you put these things?
I just take them back there and John takes them and puts them away. I help him carry them.
Where do you carry them to?
Back to the bedroom,
To his room?
to John's room, to RT's room, and sometimes to Mom's room.
And to get this correct, this first room right here past the den and all that is John's room, correct?
That's right.
RT in his room, did he have anything in there unusual or, anything that interests you or anything? Anybody have in his room?
I couldn't tell you what he's got in his room. I didn't even go in there.
Have you been in your mom's room lately?
The last time I was in there was when she fell. It's been a while.
When was that?
It was about a week ago. It's been a while. But she fell. She got up, got out of the chair, and she fell right by the fireplace.
No, I'm talking about her bedroom.
Yeah. Yeah, they have to go to her bed, and so they called me and told me she fell, and I came over to see her. So I went back in her bedroom and asked her how she was doing, and she said, "Oh, I'm all right." She bruised. If you just touch her, she just turned black. She bruised real easy.
How's your relationship been with your family lately?
Fantastic.
No problems?
No problem. I have no problems with my family at all.
Is your house, those other investigators told me about it, I thought it was kind of interesting. I guess you have a Ouija board and some stuff in your house?
I do have a Ouija board. I have a prayer room.
Are you Wiccan or?
Yeah, I'm a Wiccan.
You are?
I've been a Wiccan for about 3 years.
Have you?
Yeah.
What is that?
It's a pagan religion. It's based on nature.
What? I'm not familiar with it. Can you explain a little bit more?
Well, you celebrate different seasonal times, like
Seasonal changes?
yeah, like different holidays. You know, like when it's autumn equinox, spring equinox, and stuff like that. It's a very old religion.
Does it have to do with like moon phases and stuff like that?
Yes, it does. There's a lot to do with moon phase.
Like what?
Well, it's just certain times when you have Sabbaths and stuff like that.
What is this Sabbath?
Sabbath is a worship ceremony that you hold.
And what does that consist of?
All prayers, mostly prayers. It's usually done in a circle. And you just thank the God and the Goddess for, you know, for providing for you, keeping you safe.
How'd you get into that?
I saw a movie, got me interested in it, so I went up there to Books A Million and I bought a book on it. You know,
Is it just like a single thing, or is it a group?
no, it's a solitary thing, it's not a group.
Does your mom or brother do it also, or is it?
No.
Are they aware?
Mom would have probably had a fit if she knew that I didn't go around telling people that I was doing wicked. You
So
know?
they weren't aware of that?
No,
Did they ever come over to your house?
no, they almost never come over to my house.
How often do you
The
do
last time that anybody came to my house, and I mean anybody, not just them, was the morning that my father died. RT came over to tell me that Daddy was gone.
How often do you talk to your brother?
Do I talk to my brother? Well, I don't talk to him very often. Which one, RT or John? I don't almost never talk to RT. The only time I talk to RT is when I happen to be there and he comes in. And he works all the time. I mean, he works all the time.
What about John?
John, I see him when I go to Mom's house on Tuesdays, and I talk to him a little bit. But John, he don't talk much. I mean,
And you don't seem like they
we play video games together and stuff like that. We play football and stuff like that together.
I mean, you don't talk to RT on the phone much, or?
Only time I talk to RT on the phone is if I have some reason to call him. And, you know,
So, I mean, once a week, once every few weeks, once a month, or how?
probably less than that. Yeah.
What about your mom?
Mom, I see her every Tuesday, and I call her maybe once a week, maybe not quite that much, but usually when I call her to just ask her how she's doing and talk about politics or something that I heard on the radio. That's what we talked about, you know. Like I told you earlier, 9 times out of 10, I just walk through the door, the first thing we say is, everything going good? I mean, that's just it, you know.
When you get over there, is it primarily, you get to the front door or around the back, is that,
I always go through the back door.
what is the?
It never goes through the front door. Only time I go out there is when I go out there to bring in, like if I go out there to bring in like QVC or something, because sometimes, you know, it'll come and John will be busy. John almost always brings that in for Mama, but if he's busy, I'll grab it, you know, so I go to the front door, you know, every once in a great while.
Where's Mom get all her money from?
Well, I told you she's got 2 retirements.
What is she used to do?
Mom never worked.
How's she got to retirement?
My father passed away.
What did he do?
Most recently, he worked at the fuel farm out at the base. And then prior to that, he was with the Civil Service for 22 years and retired, and he was in the Navy for 20 years and retired. So, I mean, as far as I know, that's the only income I had.
How often does she spend money on QVC?
What?
How often does she spend the money on QVC? The Home Shopping Network, whatever that stuff she buys?
She would buy something almost every time I was over there.
How much do you think she was spending on
I have no idea. I really don't.
It's
And nobody questioned her. And she told me one time, she told me, she says, when I was a little girl, she says, I never had any clothes. I never had any. And she said, by God, now I'm gonna buy all the clothes I want. And that's how come she had the clothes hanging around in there. Well, y'all saw them hanging all over the place.
Were they hanging down the hall too?
They were hanging out everywhere, in every doorway.
That wicked stuff, and these ceremonies or whatever you do you have anything like sacrifices or anything?
No, there's no sacrifices in Wiccan.
No.
No. The Wiccan reads, and it harm none to as you please. That's the Wiccan read. That's the basis of Wiccan.
But what if you're having one of these, services or whatever that you're talking about, these
Like a
single
Sabbath?
changes? Yeah.
Or an SBAT,
Yeah.
that's just a ceremonial thing, it's no bombing, not, killing anything or harming anything.
Well, I did some reading up on it.
You do the 4 points, the north, the east, the south, and the west. And, those are the 4 cardinal points. Then you call the elements to come and to assist you, and then you pray to God and the goddess, and that's about it.
What are these elements?
Earth, air, fire, and water.
I did some reading on it before I talked to you about it. And then some of these Wiccan things, like, especially this time of the year, and June, July, and August, or July and August, when there's two full moons, sometimes they'll offer a sacrifice.
Yeah. Well, I don't offer sacrifices ever.
Well, I described it the way
It's a
that.
blue moon. It's a blue moon.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's very, very rare. Very rare time of year.
Last time it happened was how long ago?
Oh, I don't know.
3 years ago?
Well, it wasn't too long ago. I don't remember hearing about it on the radio. But I couldn't tell you exactly when it was.
Well, it's kind of interesting what they do. They drain the blood out of their sacrifice and hit them in the head.
I don't know
And then
anything
they
about
cover
it.
them. And they cover them to keep them warm.
I don't know anything about that. I mean, I've never sacrificed. I wouldn't hurt a chicken. I wouldn't hurt nothing. I would never hurt an animal.
Well, what's ironic about all this is
Lunch is here. Okay. All right, we'll take our lunch break. We'll be in recess until 1:30.